You already know the feeling. That moment when the alarm goes off and instead of feeling rested, instead of feeling ready, you feel like you barely closed your eyes. Your body is heavy, your mind is foggy, and before your feet even hit the floor, you are already dreading the day ahead. That is not just tiredness. That is something deeper. And if that is your reality right now, I want you to know something important. You are not broken, you are not weak, and you are definitely not alone. Because here is what most people do not realize. The problem is not that you cannot sleep. The problem is that nobody ever taught you how to sleep correctly. And that one gap, that one missing piece of knowledge is costing you more than you think. Think about what poor sleep actually steals from you. It is not just energy, it is your mood, your patience, your ability to think clearly, your motivation to exercise, your desire to eat well, your productivity at work, your presence with the people you love. Every single area of your life is quietly being drained by this one thing, and the scary part is that most people just accept it. They tell themselves this is just how they are. They reach for another cup of coffee, they push through, and nothing ever changes. But before we go any further, I have to tell you something. We have a program link down below in the video description. It goes much deeper than anything I can share with you today. And right now, the window to get access is open, but it will not stay that way. Most people who watch this video will keep scrolling, keep putting it off, and keep waking up exhausted. The few who take action today are the ones who actually change. If that sounds like you, go check it out after watching this. Now let me give you the truth about sleep that most people never hear. There is a cycle your body wants to follow. It is called your circadian rhythm. It is essentially your internal biological clock. And when it is working the way it is supposed to, you fall asleep naturally, you stay asleep deeply, and you wake up feeling genuinely refreshed. Not just functional, actually refreshed. When it is disrupted, everything falls apart. Here is what disrupts it more than anything else. Light. Specifically the artificial blue light pouring out of your phone, your television, your laptop, right up until the moment you try to sleep. Your brain reads that light as a signal that it is still daytime, and so it suppresses melatonin production. Melatonin is your sleep hormone. No melatonin signal means your body never fully transitions into deep sleep mode. You might fall asleep, but your brain never gets the memo that it is actually time to shut down and restore. Studies have shown that exposure to bright screens within 2 hours of bedtime can delay your melatonin release by up to 90 minutes. 90 minutes! That is not a small delay. That is the difference between getting 4 hours of restorative sleep and getting 6. And most people are doing this every single night without even realizing the damage it is causing. So step 1 of resetting your sleep is about controlling your light environment in the evening. This does not mean sitting in the dark at 7 in the evening. It means starting to dim your lights after sunset. Warm, soft lighting tells your brain that the day is winding down. If you're going to use your phone, use a blue light filter or switch your screen to night mode. Better yet, make the last hour before bed a phone-free hour. Just try it for 3 days, and notice what happens to the speed at which you fall asleep. Most people are shocked. Now here is the part that almost nobody talks about. Your morning light exposure matters just as much as your evening light exposure. When you wake up and you immediately get bright natural light into your eyes within the first 15 to 30 minutes of being awake, your body sets its internal clock for that day. It knows when morning is, which means it will know when evening should come. That automatic biological timing is what makes you feel genuinely sleepy at the right time, and genuinely awake at the right time. Most people walk from their bedroom to their kitchen with the curtains closed, sit under artificial lighting all morning, and then wonder why they feel tired at midday and wired at midnight. You are working against your own biology. Go outside in the morning, stand by a window, get that light signal into your system. This one habit alone can shift your energy levels within a week. But there is another layer to this that runs even deeper. Your nervous system. When you are running on stress, when you are mentally replaying conversations, worrying about tomorrow, feeling that low hum of anxiety that never quite switches off, your body stays in a state of low-level threat response. And your nervous system cannot be in threat response and in deep rest at the same time. These two states are biological opposites. So if you are lying in bed and your mind is racing, it is not a personality flaw. Your nervous system is simply stuck in the wrong gear. The bridge between a stressed waking state and deep sleep is a physiological transition. And you can actually trigger that transition deliberately. One of the most powerful ways is through something called physiological sighing. It sounds incredibly simple because it is. You take a double inhale through your nose, a short one first, then immediately another one on top of it, and then a long slow exhale through your mouth. That exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest state, almost instantly. Stanford researchers have identified this as one of the fastest ways to reduce physiological stress in real time. 2 or 3 of these breaths done intentionally before bed can shift your nervous system from alert to calm in under a minute. And when your nervous system is calm, something remarkable happens to your sleep architecture. You spend more time in the deep stages of sleep, the stages where your body is actually repairing tissue, consolidating memory, regulating hormones, and restoring energy. This is not just about feeling better in the morning. Deep sleep is when your immune system gets its most critical maintenance. It is when your brain literally clears out toxic waste products that accumulate during the day. When you consistently miss those stages, the effects are cumulative. Over weeks and months, you feel the cognitive fog getting thicker. You feel more emotionally reactive. Your metabolism shifts. Your recovery from anything, physical or mental, slows down. But here's the hopeful truth. The body is extraordinarily good at bouncing back when you give it what it needs. You do not need weeks or months to notice a difference. Most people who start applying even 2 or 3 of these principles consistently report feeling a noticeable shift in their energy and clarity within 5 to 7 days, because your body wants to sleep well. It is designed to. You are just removing the obstacles that were getting in the way. Now let us talk about temperature, because this is one of the most underestimated factors in sleep quality. Your core body temperature needs to drop slightly for you to fall into deep sleep. Most people sleep in rooms that are too warm. The ideal sleep environment is somewhere between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, or roughly 16 to 19 degrees Celsius. If your room is warmer than that, your body is fighting an uphill battle every single night. You can accelerate the process of cooling your core temperature by taking a warm shower or bath about an hour before bed. This sounds counterintuitive, but here is the science behind it. When you get out of that warm water, your body rapidly moves heat to the surface of your skin to release it into the cool air around you. That process of heat dissipation causes your core temperature to drop quickly, which sends a powerful sleep signal to your brain. People who do this consistently fall asleep faster and stay in deeper sleep longer. Not eventually. Right away. And then there is the question of what is happening in your mind as you try to sleep. The brain is not designed to just switch off on demand. It needs something to do, or more accurately, it needs to be gently guided away from the problem-solving and worrying it defaults to. One practice that works with extraordinary consistency is what neuroscientists call cognitive offloading. Before you get into bed, you take 3 to 5 minutes and you write down everything that is on your mind. Not a journal entry, not a gratitude list, although those have their own benefits. Just a raw dump of your worries, your to-do list, your unresolved thoughts. You are essentially telling your brain that it does not need to keep rehearsing those things because they are now stored somewhere external. And the brain remarkably responds to this. It feels like permission to let go. The people who start doing this report falling asleep faster and waking up in the middle of the night with racing thoughts far less often. Because those thoughts were not really about the thoughts. They were about the brain's fear of forgetting something important. You give it a safe place to store those things, and it can finally rest. Now imagine waking up tomorrow morning and actually feeling awake, not dragging yourself to the coffee machine, not sitting there waiting for the fog to lift, actually feeling like you slept. Imagine having energy in the afternoon instead of that crash. Imagine going through your day with focus and with patience. Imagine lying down at night and feeling your body relax instead of your mind spin. That is not a fantasy. That is what your sleep is supposed to feel like, and it is closer than you think. The truth is, sleep is the foundation of everything: your physical health, your mental health, your emotional stability, your relationships, your performance, your happiness. Everything rests on it, and yet most people treat it as the last priority, the thing they compromise first when life gets busy. The cost of that decision, made over and over again, is enormous. Research suggests that consistently poor sleep can reduce daily cognitive performance by up to 40%. You are not just tired, you are operating at less than 60% of who you actually are. But the people who decide to fix this, who decide that enough is enough and actually follow through, they experience a version of their own life that genuinely surprises them. More clarity, more energy, more joy in the small moments they used to sleepwalk through. That transformation is available to you. And if you are serious about going deeper, if you want a complete step-by-step system built around the science of sleep and waking up energized, then that program linked in the description below is for you. Not for everyone. For the person who is done accepting exhaustion as normal. For the person who is ready to actually do something about it today, not tomorrow, not when things calm down, today. Because the longer you wait, the more days you spend at half capacity. Go check it out right now while it is still available.